What's up, guys? Darkdally here, playing Fallout 4 today. Sorry, I know it's been probably close to a week since my last video. Been a little sidetracked with some other business, but I'm totally ready to get back down to business here. Today, here we are in the aftermath of a 40-plus Raider assault on my Red Rocket. Here's a nice little pile of bodies, and I'll explain about that as well as the other... oh man, this place looks like Armageddon. This is the aftermath of this, and of course I will show clips from it. First, I just kind of want to show you what I've been doing here at Red Rocket and security, some of the concerns I have, and some of the things that are making me think I may want to go in a different direction with my security because of what happened. Now, the full video of the raid is over 19 minutes long. I videotaped the whole thing. So for 19 minutes, I fended off these raiders from in here. Now, I was fine. My power armor got really messed up, though. My power armor here, I believe all that was left was a helmet. It was the helm and one arm. I think the rest of it was just completely demolished, even though I was in the safety of my Red Rocket. So let me show you the Red Rocket, what I've done since you last saw it. Now, when you last saw the Red Rocket, and if you haven't, I'll kind of go over it briefly. I've got a nice system of logic gates and power doors set up everywhere so that with a flick of a button, to be precise, this button right here, I can lock down the entire place. And because I am running a large settlement raid mod, I think it's called Bigger Raids. It's in the list of my mods, which you will find in the description below. It will link you to a Google Doc, which I'm always updating, putting personal notes and links to every mod I have. So be sure to check that out. I think it's called Bigger Raids. And because of that, I know that I can get raided by 40 or 50 guys. And so I have this security system on standby in case I need it. Now, all these shutters and everything can be opened and closed individually as well. For the duration of this raid, I actually had the entire thing on lockdown and shot through just one tiny little window is kind of the way I was doing it. I'll show you the flaws in that and things I might want to change and some tips for really upgrading your security if you're running a similar mod. So we've got these shutters in here. Also out here, this is the farming area. We have the crops, and these doors are by default open. The lockdown I was pushing shuts down every external opening. It leaves this door open, it leaves that door there open, but it shuts down all the external openings. And that would include these doors. These doors are also controlled right here. The lockdown flicks those shut as well. I like to leave everything open when I'm here and my settlers are here so they can get in and out. So here over here, this is the new part, which I haven't shown in a video yet. I decided to extend on the Red Rocket with a little kind of 50s diner drive-in feel. So I used these pieces, which I believe I found from Homemaker. Let me just confirm that real quick. I think that's where I got these diner pieces from. Homemaker's available on the PC, of course. Let's see. Yeah, I used these pieces here in Homemaker. I don't know if you can get these on PS4 or not. I think you maybe can. But of course they're not going to snap, and they snap on PC, so it made it fairly easy to do this. And of course I use Place Everywhere. Made it fairly easy to put this diner together. Now I went just absolutely as shutter crazy in here in the diner as I did in the Red Rocket proper with the shutters that close over the windows. Here I have all of these windows available to close off, wired to one switch. Now this was actually a really smart idea. This was indispensable. Oops, this guy wants to talk to me. This was absolutely indispensable in defending this place because I was getting bombarded with grenades, nuclear grenades, and absolutely everything else for the entirety of the thing. Now, of course, grenades don't deal splash damage through these mesh windows, as far as I can tell. That's why I always use the mesh. But nonetheless, there was 40 guys out here shooting at me. And so having all of these closed, this gave me a place to, when I needed to reload, it gave me a place to come back here and reload. On lockdown, those were all closed. I also have a door here. This was closed. And so pretty much, I was just hiding around these corners and shooting the guys through these windows. Now let's go out here. These shutters, by the way, are just boxcar doors, which are available in many mods. I know you can get these on PlayStation as well, the boxcar doors. But of course, I use Place Everywhere to rotate them on a couple different axes to get them to open up and down instead of left and right, and that would be tricky to do on a PlayStation. But on the PC, it's simply as easy as Place Everywhere. Actually, it wasn't easy. It was still very hard. But I got them rotated, and then what I did was I really only had to rotate one, and I do still intend on doing that tutorial in Place Everywhere. I rotated one of these because it would be too much of a pain to do all of them. I rotated one. I stored all its parameters. I would make a new door, and then just copy the rotation parameters onto it, and then I would just move each door into place one by one is how I did it, because that would be, even on the PC, that would be painstaking to get all these vertical. Enough on that. Let's go out here to Armageddon. My frame rate, as far as I recall, didn't drop, at least not noticeably. I'm sure I was down in the 20s or 30s, but I was a little busy to notice. So, though the frame rate wasn't dropping, a lot of these bodies ended up in places I know there's no way I killed them. A lot of these bodies, there's bodies halfway to Sanctuary. I think, like I said, it was definitely a taxing on my system. And I know there's some bodies out here that there's no way I could have shot. And I think, yeah, that was causing it to drop bodies in some really odd places. Yeah, see, like, here's a body here, and there's no way I couldn't have even shot him from Red Rocket. And there's heaps of them everywhere. Over here as well. Look at that, there's freaking bodies out here. Wow. As far as I know, I looted all of them, and I counted over 40 and a good 1,500 pounds worth of loot. So that was good. Just had to limp it back to the Red Rocket. So yeah, so I did have a problem with that, and that's also why hence the pile of bodies in the garage over here. Obviously, I did not kill these guys here. Some of them were glitching through the door. There were so many raiders that even though this door was closed, some of them were glitching through it and appearing in here every once in a while. You'll see that in the clip I'm about to show in just a few seconds. And I had to kill him here, and yeah, it was taxing on my system. I don't recall it dropping my frame rate. If that is a concern of yours with this mod, I don't really think it did. My frame rate right now is, of course, I'm running recording software, but right now I'm between 40 and 60 FPS, depending on... Okay, right now I'm back at 60. But sometimes I'll drop into the 40s, and that probably put me down another 10 FPS, honestly, with 40 guys attacking me. But really the only side effect I had was just bodies appearing in weird, crazy places. So let's go ahead to that footage. Oh, shit, are you kidding me? Again? Alright, so I guess we can just forget that. Let's lock down everything. Oh my god. And let's get in the power armor. So I guess there's no need to go to that footage. It's kind of a shame. I had it all set aside and everything. Now, one of my concerns is this. You guys know I really like to do crazy good security and everything, and this is like airtight, but it's still, as it turns out, just not enough. This is not ideal. Just shooting through these windows is actually not ideal. Let's take this off lockdown. First, let's make sure all these switches are off. Yeah, lots of grenades. Let me make sure all these switches are off. And take it off lockdown, because I don't want shit opening up when I do. Alright, let's turn lockdown back off. This way I can control the gates individually. Everything is closed. Okay, that's good. We don't need those guys pouring in here. Oh shit, this is open. And Mr. Handy snuck through. Okay. Okay, this doesn't seem like the 40 that I had, which was just... My compass down there was just a red... It was just a red blob. And it was pretty insane. But this is what can happen when you run a mod like Bigger Raids, is you get attacked by a lot of guys. I've had... The most I've ever seen is 50. I've run this mod for a while. It's actually... It's a component of immersive gameplay. Without the immersive gameplay part, just the Bigger Raids part. And I have had raids as big as 50 guys. It looks like we're good to go out there. This was not a seriously huge one like before. I am still going to show that footage. I just had to show this, as it just happened to pop up right when I was going to cut this video. Now let's cut to the footage where of the 40 Raider raid and see how serious it can be. Now here the raid has just started. I'm just now getting in my power armor, and once my compass comes back up, right up here, you can see the amount of red I'm dealing with, and for almost the entire duration that red stays there and does not go away. Now this time I left the entire place on lockdown, and this is why I'm making this video, because these are like, that looks like a nuke grenade, does it not? I get pelted with those things. Oh, I'm also running the mod Raider Overhaul, which is incredible. It makes the game, it is so awesome. It's such an immersive overhaul mod, but because it's an overhaul, you gotta watch and may have some compatibility issues with other mods. See here, a Raider actually got through, sucked through my thing. Okay, my frame rate is kind of dropping here. I'm in the 20s. I just saw it at 13 a minute ago. I've always prided myself in having super tight, creative, wired security. And despite these guys getting through, which is acceptable, it's okay, the AI is not perfect, and the Brahmin randomly appearing in there. Besides all of that, this is just not ideal. I just have these few windows to shoot them through, and so the result is they just crowd outside those windows, and I still get shot as much. So I want to go through and really revise some of the security that I've been doing. This raid actually went on so long, I ran out of ammo, and I had to swap to a few different weapons. I think I was pretty much down to a pistol when finally I killed everyone. I'm really proud of my security here, but as you can see, the end effect is that they all just crowd outside the openings you do have, and they shoot the shit out of you. So something is going to have to be done. I'm going to revise my security. You guys know I love doing security videos. I want to come back with a revised kind of security setup is what I want to do. Just having openings to shoot through. Oh, I just shot my own water pump. Did you see that? Just having openings to shoot through is not good enough, because then they just pile outside those. So I'm going to be really thinking of some really interesting stuff. And this right here, this is why I focus so heavily on security. This went on for 19 minutes. Right now I'm actually just in my Windows Movie Player just talking over it. Let's see, we're at 4 minutes right now. Let's skip ahead to 10 minutes. And let's turn this down a bit. It might be a little loud. Skip ahead to 10 minutes here. And you see that I still have, down here at the bottom, you see I still have the same amount of red covering my compass down there. It's pretty ridiculous. Let's skip ahead. Skip ahead. So here we are at 13 minutes. I'm still shooting. Here we are at 18 minutes. Still shooting. Just want to kind of fast forward through this for you and show you how extreme these raids can be. Now, personally, I love it. I love defending against attacks. It's probably one of my most favorite things in the game. That's why I love doing security so much. I also really like doing wiring, so it all kind of comes together. It just really works. Just shooting through the windows, I have all this awesome protection, but that's just clearly not enough. My power armor still got shot to shit. Let's go back to the end again. As you can see, my chest and both arms are shot completely off, and my helmet's in the red. And that's with all this security. So clearly something more needs to be done other than just lockdown. There needs to be a strategy for firing when you're dealing with this many guys. So guys, tell me what you think in the comments below. If you like the video, hit the like button. Tell me what you think. And of course, subscribe for Fallout 4 content. I do plan to have more Ghost Recon stuff, and who knows what else I'll have on my channel. Guys, it's been a real pleasure. And until next time, I will catch you guys later.